Interesting to read your pinned comment on this video. Didn't realize people had an issue with your body language on it. Maybe mine's uncomfortable as well because this is also my first YouTube video for a public upload period. I just wanted to maybe respond with a slightly different framing of the whole revolution versus reform framing of the New Left period. I'm sorry, I'm used to text-to-speech, so I tend to speak my punctuation. I think the real difference between those two factions in the left is that there are certain people who think that the solution to the problem of powerful people, and I think everyone in the room, at least the room of this conversation, agrees that there is a problem with certain people who have power, who are bad at having power, and use that power unwisely to the detriment of their fellow humans. But where the difference occurs is that some people believe that you take the power from the powerful person and give it to the powerless person. And they would look at that and say, look, the powerless person now has power, and that is an improvement. I would disagree. I would say that once you have handed that powerless person whatever power you have handed them, I would look on that scenario and say, look, there is a powerful person who is only recently powerful, but powerful, who has power. Same problem. And so that's basically it. That's the whole disagreement. Like, people expect the powerless people in the ex-pro-ante case, like, to receive the power and, because they are powerless, rise above their human moral limitations and do justice or some good stuff with the power. But I think, and I know, and I've seen, and I don't know, it's just obvious to my bullshit detector that, like, anyone who thinks that you give a powerless person power and they don't become a powerful person in their heart and act like a powerful person, that's just not human nature. Like, you're welcome to do that. I'm pretty sure you will wish that you had held onto that power for yourself, because, maybe you might have used it for the right reasons, but you're probably going to disagree with whatever reasons the other person chooses to use it for. And they are no longer a powerless person with power. They are a powerful person with power. And that will define everything they do from that point forward. And that is why revolutions are destined to fail. And sure, you want to have a revolution? I guess we will have one. But then, afterward, once you realize it's not working, we will have to reform that revolution. Or we could reform what we got now, But, like, at the end of the day, it's always reform. Every revolution leads to something that needs reform, without fail. And reform is not a process that leads to an end state. It's just like, more of a down escalator that you're climbing up. It takes work just to stay at that level you're at. And if you stop working as hard, you're going to fall in the basement. And if you work real hard, you'll get in good shape and be a badass, maybe. But, don't pat yourself on your back too hard, because as soon as you are all happy about what a good stair climber you are, You're going to start coasting. You're going to find yourself in the basement. It's reform turtles all the way down.